Hey, we are crawling on all fours, and today it is a very windy day at Southport, North Carolina. It is on the very east coast. It's really windy here right now, but it's a beautiful day. It is summer and I'm on vacation. I decided to stop off at this little beach here with a bunch of Misfit Rocks. So because these rocks were placed here by man, there was no real intention, no consistency put down. They're very difficult. Everything is just an open gap in between these rocks. I took out my Vanquish H10 Optic, my new brushless, ready to run buggy, and I wanted to see how it would do because this is the kind of buggy for these types of rocks. Stick with us as we go crawling on all fours.
Now, when most people think of beach crawling, they picture smooth, sandy dunes or gentle tidal flats. But tucked away by some old private docks in the historic town of Southport, North Carolina, there's this unique shoreline embankment. It's an absolute mismatch of cut and tumbled granite, razor-sharp slate, chunks of old concrete pavement, and aged bricks tossed together to protect the coast from high tides and severe storms. What makes this spot so treacherous for a 1/10 scale crawler is the random placement. This is put here by man, none of this is really natural, and nothing fits together neatly. There are massive gaps, sharp drops, and deep voids just waiting to swallow a tire, bind up your driveline, or snap an axle shaft. Add in some high coastal winds and the fact that I'm trying to one-hand a camera rig while driving, and today was definitely a challenge. Let's talk about the rig itself. If this is the first time you're watching my channel, be sure to check out my other H10 Optic videos where I unbox it and I break down all the details of what's included right out of the box. The Vanquish H10 Optic is built on a molded tube-style cage chassis with Scale interior detail, straight axles, and a Hobbywing Fusion 1800 kV brushless ESC and motor combo, which made it a highly anticipated collaboration between Vanquish and Hobbywing. What makes the Hobbywing Fusion motors so unique is their FOC technology, or field-oriented control. I've talked about this in multiple videos, that FOC is a function of the ESC and motor which senses wheel speed. In a normal configuration without FOC, your vehicle might stall when it reaches an obstacle, forcing you to apply more throttle to overcome whatever is directly in front of your crawler. Now, this is great if you enjoy a one-to-one scale driving experience. But with FOC, however, the ESC and motor sense the moment the drivetrain increases resistance when the crawler enters the obstacle. Instead of stalling, the ESC automatically adds voltage to the motor and increases torque so that the RPMs are matched to the same throttle input all the way through the obstacle. This all takes place in a matter of milliseconds, so the results are ultra smooth and ultra slow crawling with maximum visual appeal. Now, normally on jagged terrain like this, traditional full-bodied scale trucks can get caught up on overhangs. Your front bumper or rear bed corners hang out and push you off your line. That's where this buggy-style cage really shines. Without heavy front or rear body overhangs, your approach and departure angles are practically unlimited. You can place the front tires right onto a vertical rock face without a bumper shoving you back. And the low-profile cage keeps the center of gravity tight to the chassis, which gives you incredible stability on off-camber side hilling. That said, the H10 does sit relatively low to the ground in stock form. On a smooth rock face, that low belly is a huge benefit, but out here in these deep, jagged gaps, it meant I got hung up on the center skid quite a few times. How do you think the stock belly clearance holds up compared to traditional scale truck setups? Let me know in your comments below. While this truck is mostly stock, I did make a couple of key front-end upgrades before this trip to give it a bit more of a fighting chance, and man did they pay off today. First, I installed Meus brass steering knuckles along with their brass servo behind axle mount. Putting that extra brass weight down low and forward on the front axle completely transforms how the H10 front end plants itself. On these uneven granite blocks, when a rear tire drops into a void, that extra front bias keeps the nose down instead of flipping backward. And to turn those sticky front tires when wedged between chunks of concrete, I dropped in a 9 iMod 45 kilogram digital servo. Now, stock RTR servos usually struggle the second a tire gets pinched in a crack. But with 45 kilograms of torque, this 9 iMod servo just muscle steers the front end right where I need it to go. Driving on these Misfit Rocks was a constant mental game because the gaps were so wide. One wrong line meant dropping a wheel or the entire vehicle into a hole. Now, in footage like this, it might look like I made a flawless run, but honestly, real rock crawling includes hang-ups, rollovers, and flipping back. And that's exactly what I did. There were multiple times where the belly skid sat dead on a concrete edge with all 4 tires floating, or a tire jammed so hard into a brick gap that I had to call it, step in, and reset the rig to save the drivetrain. Combine that technical terrain with keeping the camera steady in very heavy winds, and it really tested my focus. But seeing the H10 work its way through the lines that looked nearly impossible was super satisfying. Sometimes a storm defense rock pile by the local docks makes for the best terrain. I'd love to hear from you guys. Have you brought your crawler along with you on vacation? What's the most unusual or difficult spot you've taken your crawler? And what upgrades are you planning next for your H10 Optic? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read and reply to as many as I can. Until then, enjoy some more crawling as we tackle some rocks with the Vanquish H10 Optic brushless RTR.
Whew. I am not gonna lie, that was incredibly challenging. So many different rocks and just jagged edges to crawl over. But overall, this was a very, very difficult crawl. So I'm glad I got out here. I'm glad I took this buggy out. Again, this is the kind of crawler for rocks like these because The body is a cage body, and it's very narrow, so you're not getting hung up on typical small scale trucks like pickup trucks and things like that. So it was much easier to crawl over these rocks. There's so many times I thought I was going to break an axle, break a wheel, break something. With the several rollovers that I had, nothing got damaged, so that's pretty good. Appreciate you tuning into the channel. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, share with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, keep crawling.